Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It would be greatly appreciated. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about Love and Hip Hop New York Season 9, Episode 6. Own Your Own Truth. And yes, we're learning some truth about Anais, that she done had a nervous breakdown, that she got the 5150 hole on her, and she's in an institution. We wish her good luck. I've been saying there's something going on with Anais, and I hope it wasn't drugs. I hope she wasn't sick. It seemed like it might be mental. Hopefully it's not mixed with some drugs too as well. I'm like, damn, Anais, you bring joy to the show. You bring that oomph to the show. Sorry to hear what you're going through. So now we understand why Anais' career never really popped off like the way it did, because she's suffering from internal issues. And we understand why Jonathan be acting the way he be acting, because he be popping them pills. He be getting lit, getting drunk, get on this show and act the F up, yelling and screaming like he ain't got no damn sense. I'm like, Jonathan, you are way too much. Now Jonathan is doing an apology tour, but before long, Jonathan will be back yelling and screaming. Hopefully, he's yelling and screaming, not popping any pills. See all his actions and the things that he do, because he be turned. Jonathan be turned up on this show. He be turned. I'm like, And he feeling a certain type of way because he finds out his friends for decades, Anais, she got the 51 hole on her. She's locked up in a mental institution and everything like that. But she chose to call Rich and not him because they got a toxic relationship. I was like, shit, Rich told Jonathan, if you really her friend, you need to step back, because damn, if somebody needs you to come pick them up from the hospital, they got to hold, they got to be releasing somebody's care. And she did not choose you, Jonathan. You really done pissed Anais off, and she can't trust you, and at this time and point she needs you more than you ever needed her. I was like, whoa. And then we got Cyn telling her truth too as well. She got a little postpartum depression. She got a little bit of depression going on. She's feeling a certain type of way. Shit is fucked up. Joe's busy. He's making money. He's trying to secure that bag, pay that health insurance, pay the mortgage, pay the property tax, pay for everything, pay for her lifestyle, pay for the baby lifestyle. And he's trying to secure that bag so much where he don't have to work 24/8. And Cyn is just like, I need a man. I need a husband. I need you to be around. I don't feel special anymore. I don't feel like this. I haven't even been getting out the bed. And Joe is like, well, listen, tell me you having some type of mental issue. Tell me what. And Joe act like Joe playing all these games where, Cyn, because he's more mature, so he basically can just talk circles around her. And Joe talks circles around people every day. He does it. It's his job. I was like, whoa. Then we find out that Mariah Lynn is over here raising kids that ain't her. She's raising her brothers and her sisters, and she got custody of one of her little sisters, Isis, because her mother is locked up behind bars again. Her mother won't let that Johnny Rock go. She won't let Beam Me Up Scotty go. She still want to be out here in these streets wilding, and Mariah is suffering through the situation, and so is her brothers and sisters. God damn, mama, get your shit together. Or at least whatever money you making in prison, you need to send it to your children. I was just like, shit, damn, we got it going. And we got Sidney Starr talking about people ain't accepting her. And basically she hasn't had the surgery yet. So she's still, got her tools down there. And she's been lying, and she's been lying on people for years. And she's been setting people up. She had men thinking that she was a woman, and they had sex with her. And she's lucky that she survived with her life, because that's what she said. And she still did Chingy wrong. She tore up Chingy's career. And so basically she's coming to a realization that now she has to be real and she has to be truthful. And I think that's where it goes. And then we got Dipset. We got none other than Juelz. Man, Juelz, Dipset, Jim Jones, Cameron. It is supposed to end like this. Jim Jones is supposed to be facing charges, having drugs on him, pills on him. Then we got, Juelz out here, balling, get in the car and don't say nothing, don't touch nothing. I'm like, damn, Juelz, you was the man, homie. And this is where we end up now, where he's basically telling his beautiful, wonderful, precious kids that he got to do some time behind bars. But hopefully he stays clean and he don't get on drugs while he's locked up behind bars. It's like, we didn't see this for you, Juelz. We didn't see this for you, Jim Jones. Like, damn, man. You be thinking that everything's all, good, and it ain't even all good like that. I was like, whoa. So here we go. We got Juelz basically getting a tattoo. He's at the crib, and here comes Kimbella. Basically, they have an apology to each other. She apologized to Juelz for bringing up his drug situation. He apologized to her. So basically, they're going to try to spend each and every moment together before he goes to see the man. And then on top of that, Kimbella lets Juelz know that some kid from their son's school done spilled the beans and said Daddy was locked up. Daddy got chased by the police. Daddy had a warrant behind his name because he done brung a gun to the airport. And so somebody from the schoolyard done told your kid what was going on. You guys got to realize, I know you guys both know that there's TV, there's Instagram, and there's the internet. So tell your kids first before somebody in the schoolyard tells them. Keep your kids up on game. So they decided that they're going to talk to their kids. But we know Juelz and Kimbella are going to get married. And then we got Joe and Cyn. And basically Joe's talking about Cyn. I believe that's his mother he's talking to. He's talking to some woman about, Cyn. But basically she changed. She ain't the same person. She's crazy. Yes, I do want to marry her, but I wanted to marry the Cyn I knew before, not the Cyn I know now. And so he's not too happy. He's not too thrilled with her. Basically, he ain't giving her the D. And he's upset that she don't clean the house. And she's just acting like she's not herself. And she don't want to get a nanny. So he's trying to make the money to be rich. So we also get a surprise. Nia Lee and Rich Dollaz meet up. Oh shit. Nia Lee, she done got some humble pie. She done realized I need some help. I need support from you motherfuckers on this show. Especially you, Rich. I'm sorry for the shit I did to you. I'm sorry for popping off. And that's the old me. That ain't the new me. I done changed. I'm a new person. Then Rich throws the okie dokie, was like, well, Self told me you did this and you did that. And she was like, yeah, but I've been knowing Self for years and he ain't never helped me. It ain't his job to help. You gotta help yourself, baby. Make yourself hot. He'll jump on it. And Self don't know what hot is because he let Cardi B go. He let Cardi B go, and look at where she's at now. If Self was still connected to Cardi B, he might be somewhere else now. So Nia Lee is like, I just need some help. And basically, Rich is like, well, you need some humble pie, and I can help you if you really want some help. I can hook you up with the right people, put you in the right direction. Hopefully he can do that, and hopefully he will, because Nia Lee's been struggling for a long time in his rap business, in his rap game. You know what I mean? She wants to be put on. She wants to be making money too, man. We all want to make money, don't we? Hell yeah. So, but he goes, oh, no, but listen, baby, if you want me to help you, you got to help me, and you got to help Sidney Starr. Finagle with her style, give her a makeover, make her look better. And yes, she was totally wrong, and she was all messed up when she came at you. She was on that bullshit. But you know what? Let's see if you really change. If you help her, I'll help you. So we have that situation. Sidney Starr, she comes in, and then she apologizes to Nia Lee. Basically, now they cool and they gonna do some working together. So we got that shit popping. So that's what they gonna do. So then we get Joe and Cyn. Basically, Joe's trying to get out the house. He's trying to get to work. Basically, Cyn is not getting out of bed. Joe doesn't hear what she got to say. He don't want to talk to her. It just is what it is with that relationship. But we know that they're good now because he proposed to her, and she's over her depression. They're going to get married, so it's going to be all good. Joe, you better walk her down that aisle. Don't play no games. I hope you ain't doing this shit for TV, but I know you're not. So then we got Mariah Lynn, basically. She ain't got time to worry about Self or Nia Lee because she got some real shit going on. She got a mother that won't stay out behind bars, want to stay behind bars. She want to stay in her second home or her first home, and she's taking care of her little sister. She got the residential custody. Here comes Jonathan. Jonathan comes through talking about he's sorry he been on drugs. He's been taking these pills and cussing people out, cussing out Juju, cussing out everybody, running around with his head cut off, just giving us a goddamn show. Jonathan has been giving us a show since last season. This season, all his facial expressions and shit like that. That's only because he's intoxicated. So him and Anais was getting high together. You can't tell me Jonathan and Anais wasn't getting high together. So basically, and so they have that little conversation, and Jonathan was like, damn, you're like a single mother. I was like, no, you didn't, Jonathan. Yeah, she is like a single mother because and then even her kids, she ain't even birthed no kids, but she's like a single mother and shit. And so then they talk about, Anais' picture, how skinny she is, and Jonathan wants to help her. He don't know what's going on. He can't get in contact with her, and he was so mean and so disrespectful to her because he was on that shit. He was on that shit. When he was on that shit, he was cussing out everybody. Kimbella, Anais, everybody. He was just cussing them out like they had, like he didn't even know him. Like he can't get his ass beat. He was like, my birthday party, I cussed everybody out. Yes, you did, Jonathan. You cussed everybody out. And then after you cussed people out, you went and you had a meeting with the ladies to have lunch with them, and you didn't even eat on top of the balcony, on top of the roof, and you cussed them out. I was just like, come on, Jonathan. So now we know what's up with Jonathan. He's on that shit. And so moving on from that, we get Alexis Skyy. She's in her feelings, and she goes to see, who? Shotty. She goes to see Mr. Treyway himself. She better watch the way she talked to that motherfucker. Shit. Shotty looked like he was holding back from cussing her out and picking her up and telling her where she can go with the bullshit. So basically, Alexis Skyy is telling Shotty, I need my shot. I need some shine. I don't know what's going on with your shit. You're being investigated by the feds. All this shit is going on. What about my career? What about me? He don't give a shit about you or your career. He's been investigated by the FBI, by the feds, Homeland Security. He got the DEA. He got the FBI. He got all the 3-letter words after him. He's about to be locked up. He didn't even know if the police was going to come and get him at that time. So he was like, yo, you know what you can do? Alexis Skyy, you cannot release any more music on Instagram because that shit was trash, but he wouldn't say it. But the way he said it was like, it's gobbo, but, Alexis Skyy, she's been trying to make that money. She got a sick baby to take care of, and Fetty Wap has disappeared. And then, Shotty had to ask her, hey, how's Fetty Wap? She's like, he ain't around. I'm a single mother, goddammit, and you know that too. Don't be trying to play me, motherfucker. So anyways, I respect, Alexis Skyy up there talking shit to, the big time criminal, the big time killer, the big time robber, Shotty. So Shotty was just don't release no more music or whatever. And he was trying his best to be so much business like. He was like, I'll make you a star, baby. Just let me do it. I'll make you a star. Well, we know that promise is not going to come true because he has been set down by the FBI, the feds, the DEA, Homeland Security. So you're not going to see him. So please, Alexis Skyy, please continue to release your music on iTunes, Instagram, or Skype. Anywhere you like. Because he has nothing to say about it anymore. So moving on from that situation. So, it is what it is. I was just like, shit. So then we get Jacquay. We get Jacquay and Richie Rich up in the studio act like they going to make some music. But we know Jacquay, that beat was hot that Jacquay had. And, Sidney Starr was supposed to come in. She had a week to work on a song, work on the track. She came in. She spit some gobble shit. She sound terrible. Her words sound terrible. She sounded like she had a piece of gum stuck in her mouth. It was horrendous. It was ferocious. Rich was upset. He was mad. He was like, you've been hounding me for 3 years, and this is what you come in the studio with? You come in the studio with this shit? This shit, really? Really, he was about to say, really, my nigga? So we have that situation. And then, but, when Sidney Starr was like, I'm here, I'm a star, Rich just put his head down and just started laughing. Rich, why are you laughing at Sidney Starr? Why are you making fun of her? On the low. Not really on the low because it's on camera. So we have that situation. Sidney Starr, she feels bad about it, and she thought that she was fired. So she's gonna try to work on the situation. She feels like damn. And then Jacquay, he did an imitation of Sidney Starr when she was rapping in the booth, and that was terrible. And then when Sidney Starr said, literally, I thought she was like, Sidney Starr said, literally, I'm gonna blow y'all away. I was like, pause. When she was like, I'm going to blow y'all away, when she said she was going to go in the studio and rap, I was like, you better say pause. And so, moving on from that situation, because, Jacquay got all these, rumors, surrounding him, and I don't know if VH1 is playing games with, Jacquay, because he's been called out. He's been called out on, like, he's on both sides, but he's saying he's not on both sides. But, his ex-girlfriend, Cayenne was like, yes, you are, and you told me. And Sophia the Body says it's true. So it seems like VH1 be playing games with Jacquay, or just trying to make light of the situation, because Cayenne went in on you, Jacquay. So moving on from that situation, we have that happening. And then, Sidney Starr and, Nia Lee meets up and they talking, and she was like, I feel bad. Rich was totally thought my music was gobbo. So Sidney Starr played the music. She did rap in front of, Nia Lee. Nia Lee was like, I didn't expect much from her because I know this is, just the beginning. But she was like, it could be better. She didn't trash her out like that or dog her out like that. And then this is when they have the come to Jesus moment where that, Sidney Starr is saying that she messed up. She did so much wrong. She tricked guys. She lied on guys. She lied about her operation. She hasn't had the operation yet to remove her penis, but she plans on having the operation to move her penis. But she thought that, saying that she was a post-op transsexual, that people would accept her more. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But she just thought when she told people that she didn't have a penis, that they would like her more and be more accepting to her in the music business and in life. And she had a lot of struggles. She was made fun of and picked on. Why you do that to Chingy? So basically, Nia Lee, they hug. Nia Lee said, I got your back. I'm going to be there for you now. You my road dog. I'm going to help you up because, I love you, baby. So we have that situation. Then we have Jim Jones and Kimbella tell the poor kids that their father ain't shit and he's getting locked up. But it's not like he ain't shit, but he did some ain't shit. And knowing he got babies, knowing he got a fiance now. So anyways, the poor kids got to go through that. They got to live through that traumatic moment. It's being filmed. I hope they already told the kids before it was filmed. And, they got to relive that. This is something that these kids are going to remember for the rest of their life. And their father telling them not to go to jail. Don't do anything to go to jail. It's like, damn, they ain't even talking about education. They talking about jail and shit. They're talking about adult shit. They ain't even talking about kid shit. Like, it's just sad. But many kids and families go through these type of situations. So now we all get to see what it looks like. And if all y'all out here that got kids and living riding dirty or living a dirty life, think about your kids, baby, because look what Juelz is going through and look what Kimbella got to do. She ain't a single mother, but she might as well be. Half the time he's on drugs, half the time he's cheating, and now he's back in jail. Now he's going to be locked up. Whew, what a life she chose. So moving on from that situation, we get Jonathan. He meets up with Rich, and Rich just let Jonathan know that, hey, listen, you looking for Anais, she ain't looking for you. You got a toxic relationship. Jonathan apologized to Rich Dollaz because he was on that shit and acting a goddamn fool. And so, Rich is like, yeah, Anais called me. She was locked up. She's not taking a medication. She's having a mental breakdown. She's not mentally well, and blase and the third. So Jonathan finds out the information. So Jonathan's going to have to step back. Jonathan was like, oh my God, I always knew that there was something going on with Anais because she talked about this conspiracies, the CIA. She talked about all this type of crazy stuff, and you treat her like shit, Jonathan. That tells what type of friend you were. So we're going to have to look up K. Michelle. You're going to apologize to K. Michelle because you was on that shit too. So moving on from that situation, Jonathan finds out, so he gonna do more. And Rich is like, yo, you and Anais are toxic, and she didn't call you because you caused her, you called her a bitch, you called her all types of names, and she don't want to be bothered with you. And then we move on to Joe and Cyn, and basically, Joe is trying to run out the house and leave because he got to work, he got to make money, he got to pay them bills. And Cyn was like, I need some attention, I need to talk to her, I need a friend, I need somebody, I need you, Joe. And Joe was like, oh, and she's following Joe out the house, and Joe is trying to run out the house, and she was like, I need to talk to you, baby. I need to talk to you. So Joe sits down and they have the conversation. She was like, you don't notice what's going on with me. I haven't even been getting out of bed. I'm depressed. I have postpartum depression. I've been depressed. I've been this, I've been that. Joe was like, well, you never mentioned it. You never said anything. I'm not happy with this new Cyn. I'm not happy with any of this. Like, we never have a conversation. You don't talk to me. You said you need help. Won't you get the nanny? Like, I got to make money. I got to make, I'm trying to set us up for life, baby. I'm trying to set you and our baby up for life and my other son up for life. And she was like, oh, well, I'm having mental issues. I'm having a mental breakdown. I'm having a mental struggle. He was like, okay, then. And Joe seems like, well, we can break up. we can break up. Either it's fine if you want to break up, even if you're depressed or not depressed or whatever. And she was like, I gotta go. And she was like, oh, you're gonna go? Well, then she gets up and she leaves. And Joe didn't even leave the situation first. So basically, Joe is not being attentive to what Cyn is going through, because he's a lot more intellectually intelligent than Cyn. And so basically, he should come to her, because she's not knowing how to communicate her feelings of what she's going through at all. And especially if you got a depressed woman in your house, Joe, take care of that immediately. Go to her, ask her what's going on. Like, you haven't been getting out of bed, you've been eating way too much, you've been sleeping way too much. Joe, you know the signs, because you've been depressed and you've been strung out. So peace, I'm out. One love.